This is just AMZN on Monday, April 19th, 2021. So apparently some selling came in, but right out the gate, we're being bought up. Like the first 15 minutes, it's like, what is going on here? And crazy enough, like this ran right into the line that I've had on here for like weeks or a week or no, a couple weeks. Because I had drawn a line in down here and we adjusted a line, and then I was talking about how we just didn't really slow down, and then we ran right into it here. Here we go again, ran right into the same line again. So I don't remember when I drew this on here. Here's the values. You can go and put it on your own chart. Without extended hours, with extended hours, it looks kind of funny. But I mean, look at that. Like it worked so well here, and then again today. And yeah, we rolled over from there. So if you were looking to sell right here, you could really just be buying the 3,300 put like right off of that line. So like it put in a low at 7, just buy at 7. Put in a low, just put an order in to buy at 7, and looked like a couple. So that didn't have a 7 low. This had a 7 low. That didn't, and then this candle pulls back below 7, and then it's off to the races. So buy at 7, target at 10, you're out. I mean, that's enough. Like at this point, when it's breaking down like this, you can just move the target out. If you had time, move it out a few more hours, at least up to this open price here. We did get a little bit, so we got a little bit of a bounce at the open, and then it pulled back a little bit further. And when this was pulling back, this was actually looking more like a trap because I knew we had the our old resistance, new support right below this. And sure enough, looking at the calls, like this was definitely a trap because it moved up, or a good place to be buying, at least short term, really short term, just a rally back into the 21 exponential moving average, and then it rolled down again. We didn't really get like a really solid, good, strong close below this line. That may still be coming. The daily candle here is a really nice inverted hammer, like a really good hammer. These 3 days are all inside of this bigger bearish candle. There is a chance, like if this held on, that this could be a massive breakout, but it obviously did not. So there's definitely bears coming in at this price, and I'm fine if we chop through here a little bit more. If we really do, so I was saying for Friday's video, if we get a close above this, like we could really keep going. Well, if we get a solid close down below this, like we could really keep going. I just wonder if we're going to stay here in this range and disappoint both the bears and the bulls and just lose premium like this. I mean, we could do this for a couple more days and then into earnings, which earnings are coming up next week, the 29th. What day is the 29th? Come on. 29th is Thursday. Okay, so we're back to a Thursday earnings. I think it did a different day of the week last time. Anyway, so looking at some of these moves, so buying the put over here, 3,300 put would have worked. 3250. Let's see, this would have worked, but not very good volume. This is just buying at 4 and stop at 3. So that would have eventually worked to get up to a 3-hour target of 7. Would have been holding through that much longer. And then you could have done it again, buying at 5. Didn't fill there, would have filled over here. So buying at 5 off the 21 and holding on to that till it gets to 8, that would have worked for a move from here to here. As for the calls, so let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit more. So kind of ignore, like right out the gate, sure, you could have been buying that. It's hard to do that unless you already have it open, but I mean, you don't know how much of a wick this is going to put in. Yeah, even when it got above the 21 over here, it just chopped sideways, the only real place to buy would have been when it broke down, put in a new low and then recovered, and just fade the, well, yeah, just playing this, not a fade because it's like a retest gap. Well, no, I guess it is fade because it was a bearish gap now because it gapped down below Friday's close and then ran up. So this would have been, well, yeah, then it's a fade because you're going the opposite direction of the gap. What am I talking about? Okay, so trading in the direction of the gap, which would have been bearish, you could have traded this, and then you could have faded this, and then you could have traded this. Probably the easiest one out of that would have been playing off the 21 right here. Let's go back and look at that on the 3300 put to see what was going on there. And so that would have been almost had a low of 10. I think 10 by 9 would have been really nice right here. This is already really good that I put in a really clean base here around like 1050, 11. Actually, probably 11. So probably 11 by 10. And then you would have would have almost gotten stopped out if you bought at 11 over here, but this would have been too early. This would have been playing off the 5, and you should not have held through this. This would have been playing off the 21, looking for 10, probably would not have been filled at 10 unless somebody had an order out and didn't get filled. But or at this point, when you don't get filled, you change the order to buy at 11 and you get filled at 11 or down to 1090, the stop at 10. So that would have been as this is rolling over, getting in at 11 and a target of 14 for 3 hours. And that would have been right back above the open high and this high, and then would have been into the middle of this candle. So that would have worked. Sure, it would have held. You could have held on even further. It moved all the way back down to this line we've got here at 33.6680. So definitely some bearish moves. Let's see, even over here, it put in a really pretty nice base over here, or again around 11. So buying again 11 and getting out. No, I'm sorry, this is not 11. This is above 12 and lower than 14. And I don't see the number on the side. Let's get the number on the side. Oh, there you go. Okay, 13, not 11. 11 would have been over here, 13 over here. So buying at 13, and that means you're in at 13, stop at 12, and target of 16. It's getting a little more expensive than I like to have on an option with $100 risk, but this put in a really nice base here and held that level really well. I would not have been buying 13 over here like this, but waiting and buying over here, probably actually, let's see, after this hammer or this candle, if I got retracement of this over here, probably looking for 13, but that probably wouldn't have filled. Nope, that wouldn't have filled over here. The low is 1390, 1320. Yeah, that wouldn't have filled at 13. So I would have been looking at like 32.75 or 32.90 or something like that, just to see if I can get the option a little cheaper. And all the while, the call just lost its value. So we'll see if we're going to hang out here a little bit more. Let's actually zoom out for a sec here. So we have this going on. Let me look at an hourly, because I haven't done that in a video in a while. Oh yeah, see, this already looks really funny on an hourly. No, I guess it lines back up again. Gets right back up there. Man, that's a crazy hourly candle. Look at that. Hammer here that broke down. This looks like we could gap down. If we open up below here, like below 33.60, yeah, then we'd be taking out the last hour of buyers. We have a squeeze on the hourly. I think this thing could really sink if we gap down. We should at least get back down to like 33.25, 33.30. At least get back down to like this range, 33.20, 33.30, something like that. So that's like a 30, 40 point drop here. And then I don't know if that's going to come back into play. That was that original channel I drew. I mean, if that comes back into play, by the end of the day tomorrow? No, because that's still coming back up. Oh, whoa, look at this. Okay, my eyes just caught this. This is, I like the shape of this. And that. I like that. And I can't draw it. Come on, a little higher. There we go. I like that. And if we get an apex right here, then, watch out for a move before earnings to go like that, or go like that before earnings. But that's if we can consolidate here a little bit more. So this was a false breakout, totally a false breakout. It has not rested enough up here. So whoever was buying this, bears came in and just sunk it. But yeah, I really like, I can draw it straight. I really like the angle on this. The one thing I'll say is this could also be a flat top because we really did come all the way back up there. And if it does that, and somehow if this angle comes back into play, I mean, we really could be looking at more chop in here into earnings, just going sideways, which, like I said, it'll trap both bears and bulls in that case. And then whatever happens at earnings, next Thursday after hours, Friday morning, we could gap way down and rally. We could gap way up. I can't draw it there. Gap way up and pull back. We could continue to run. We could continue to break down. So I'll give earnings some more thought next week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, probably more Wednesday. I'll try to remember to do it Wednesday because it's always nice to like try and predict it and then see if it comes true by the time I do Thursday's video. But anyway, yeah, there's just some interesting moves here. So this was a really nice, just like, look at this, like 3 hammers in a row and then it gaps up. We're getting a similar drop like that, and that, and then we'll see if we get another gap up and come back down to it. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we hung out up here for a little bit longer, or at least chop. I mean, if we could chop in here again. The one more thing I'll draw is if we do end up coming back down to like here, that's going to make this a really pretty big potential double top. And then it'll be decision time to see, do we break down, recover, and roll down, or do we just continue to chop? I wouldn't mind either one. I don't know that we're ready to break out. I think we need a little more resting before we break out. That's what I think. But I mean, it doesn't have to do it, I think. Anyway, hope this helps. This is Just AMZN. Thanks.